Chris, and they're talking to us about their play Fox Hunting, which is currently on at the theatre in
Old Street, the Courtyard Theatre in Old Street.
Courtyard Theatre in Old Street. So it's on tonight, and also the last night is tomorrow. And they're telling us about the synopsis of it all, which is around the youth crime and what's going on based on their experiences. And just before the break, we were talking about being robbed, being the norm.
Yeah.
Like, that in itself, as a young child, you just started secondary school. That's trauma.
That's trauma.
Do you know what it is?
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I never really
And it stays with you. It stays with you.
You know, so that affects you. That affects your psyche, because if anybody physically violently comes up to you, GBH, people get a long time for GBH, bodily, gross bodily harm. And then for you to be personally robbed daylight in front of people, that's embarrassment. That's, making you feel less than what you are, and then taking things from you. And then as a boy, as a young man, where you're thought to be like, you got to be strong, your boys don't cry, all of that, who do you go to when that's happened? Who did you tell when that happened?
That's embarrassing. I didn't.
You don't really tell anyone.
Like, obviously, I had to tell my mom. I had no phone.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't want to tell anyone. Like, it just happened. And
were your friends around you?
No, do you know what's interesting about those incidents is what we spoke about this in the rehearsal process, is that sometimes adults don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
When it happens, like you could get robbed.
Players, like, the scenes move very fast when it's just a youth. But when an adult steps into the scene, everything slows down. Because we wanted to show how adults don't know the pace at which the young people live their lives. We live quick. Like, things happen quick.
Moment to moment, it's just quick.
Once adults in, everything slows like crazy down, and like, we wanted to highlight that in the play as well. But yeah, getting robbed here isn't. I get what you mean about it being trauma. It's not gonna happen today, because you can't rob someone's phone today and use it.
Yeah, because of smartphones.
Because of the way phones are smart.
Yeah.
You can report it and stuff. But back then,
it was Blackberries. It was the Blackberry, that whole like BB kind of situation. Now those could get robbed and used literally easily.
Did they just say, just give me your phone, and you just give them the phone?
The funny thing is, more time they wouldn't even have to. It's just words. Yeah, more time it's just power, because this person's a gang member. You know that.
Okay.
You just be like,
you're scared of them. Like, you're year 7. This person looks like a massive.
With me,
person.
It was a knife though. It was like,
he held out a knife to you.
Yeah, he just put that knife quickly. But me, I knew. I just said, hey, there's no point. I just gave him my phone.
Yeah.
But you feel so low, like so, like you feel. I was just saying to myself, that's not gonna happen.
Even as a young boy as well, like to
then
feel
later on, like probably the same year, even like my friend, like my right hand friend, he got robbed by like gang members, and I was there. I could do nothing. Then I felt low again, and I remember us speaking like, hey, that is never gonna happen again, and it didn't, because then you just changed the way you live.
How do you do that? So you just put on this persona that if someone tries to come up to you, you just look tough, or what is it? How does that look like? Because I think what I'm trying to get at is, because we're talking about mental health, right? So from being robbed, because I could imagine if I was robbed, that would have, even when your home gets robbed, is an invasion of your private environment. It makes you feel a certain way. You're looking behind you constantly. Any noise you hear, you're thinking someone's going to come into the house. So you as a young man, somebody who is deemed as more powerful than you, just comes up to you and has this presence and takes something from you. How does that make you look to them?
Do you know what's so crazy about that trauma as well? When you get robbed at such a young age, you might actually know the people that robbed you. So you might go to school and see them tomorrow on your way to school. And you cannot do anything about it.
It's actually true.
They might go to the same school as you, and they might just be in an older year.
Imagine that emotional. So that your heart's just thumping. You're scared.
It's funny that you say it like this now, because when you think back, you're like, wow, it's actually kind of deep.
Yeah.
But back then, it may be having its effect on you, but you would just see it as the norm. You know what I mean? Yeah. You wouldn't see it as such a situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it happens to everyone.
That's but it's not right, is it?
No. It's not
because
right.
It happens to everyone doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly, but that's the thing about the environment. Like, if you go to private school, that's obviously not going to happen to you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, like, cool, because we meet a lot of people that aren't from South.
Yeah, that aren't from that environment.
You meet a lot of white people, you meet people who just who like silver spoon.
Some more privileged background.
When we start to speak, like they speak to us, or when I'm like telling them things, they're thinking, "Where the hell are you from?"
Yeah, literally.
There's stuff in there.
It's a completely different world.
Completely different.
It's different.
Wow.
Completely.
So, what would you have told your younger self?
Ooh.
Oh no, you know.
Looking back now, because there's probably younger ones like you who are who's probably in Peckham experiencing the same thing, and he thinks it's the norm or she thinks it's the norm. What would you say to them? And it might not be phones anymore. It could be jewelry.
It could be anything. I don't know what it is now.
Oh, what would I say?
Chris, what would you say?
I would say don't let things like that affect where you're going. Don't let it affect your goal. Try and stay focused and realize that your environment doesn't define who you are.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, whatever's happening, don't let it sit too deep. If you need to tell someone to like relieve yourself of it, tell someone. 'Cause I know I did that a lot. I just bottle stuff, but
that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, like relieve yourself of it. Tell someone.
Exactly.
There's going to be no action. Just relieve yourself of the situation because you've got something to lose.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about mental health, I think not bottling things up is important.
Bottling is disgusting, you know.
It's disgusting.
Oh my
It's disgusting.
And it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
Especially as a boy.
You just go, all right, I'll just keep quiet about this.
Cool, like that's only me that's gonna know.
Especially if you feel
And
embarrassed.
it's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah. It just stays there.
Because anything similar to that situation is gonna evoke that same memory.
Ooh. Okay, so younger self, anyone that's listening, tell somebody. So have someone you can talk to. Did you ever have someone you can talk to? You felt you can actually go to?
I did. I just never went to them, you know. Because as years goes on, because I don't mind talking about like my past and how I grew up. And I tell my older siblings all the time, and like my mum, and they'll just sit there with their jaw drops like, so why didn't you tell us? Like,
but do you feel like that's because you've grown now? Like, 5 years ago,
100% it's because I've grown.
That would have been so hard.
I didn't want to tell them then because I thought that maybe they would try a solution. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of concluded.
Okay, you didn't want them to come into it and be embarrassed that your mum or if someone else is fighting your battles?
Not even that, because
then what is it?
It's not even that my mum's fighting my battles, because it's cool. My mum may not have like jumped up and he's the person that
done something physically.
She might have just gone, cool, you're not going out anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, like, so you don't want to hear that.
And I don't want to hear that neither. So I just thought, whatever solution you've got, it's not going to help me. I'm going to keep this to myself.
Okay. Oh my gosh, let's go on a quick break.
Cool.
Inspiration with Bright every Sunday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. is just fun. It's exciting. It's a mix of contemporary R&B and pop gospel music right here on ABN Radio. Enjoy great tunes every Sunday evening with Bright on Mixpiration, a blend of great inspiring songs just for your Sunday evening relaxation. Tune in from 6 to 8 p.m. This and every Sunday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
Work it. Sponge cake, lemon cake, carrot cake, cupcakes, birthday cake, just basically cake. We love it. Whoever said you can't have your cake and eat it were just hopelessly unambitious and tragically misinformed. You can. And if you've got a smart meter, you could also save enough energy to bake 236 of them. Get your ovens on. We're having a bake-off. Save your energy for eating cake. Contact your energy supplier about getting your free smart meter.
Based on a British Gas customer study, participating suppliers and eligible customers only. Savings possible by measuring energy usage and reducing wastage.
What do you like for breakfast?
Well, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm happy, I like a little bit of porridge with banana because I'm feeling healthy. If I'm in a...
Me, I like a bit of fruit. Nice apples, sliced apples.
I love a cinnamon and raisin bagel, some scrambled eggs, and a...
I say nice English breakfast.
Salad, fruit and orange.
I like wholemeal
bagel with a bit of cream cheese on it and some bacon and then some avocado. And on the side, I like to have
fried egg with bacon, with baked beans, toast.
I normally take my cocoa. Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian. I'm a typical Ghanaian, so I like my cocoa.
I'm not too sure. I normally don't eat breakfast.
It doesn't matter how you like your breakfast, or you may not like breakfast at all, but you will love the sound of your radio when the breakfast is Afropolitan. Watch out for the new ABN Radio Breakfast Show with Efuadum. ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife. Save your life.
Number, baby. If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? I say, can I get your 079 and don't lie? I go dial up one time now. Baby, type up, shine your eye. And you know you're just mine. Yeah, hold on, please don't fumble. Why did you stay so long? I can kinda tell that I'm the one that you want. I want your number, girl, please don't fall. I'm gonna fall for a bad guy. I'll get your body, my guy. Say you want make a yarn till you tire. Or for you, I retire. Get put a spell on me. Oh, honestly. Answer me, baby. Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Oh, but she done drop number. And now she want chop rubber. She want find maga. No be me, be the maga. Then upon your father, you won't tell me maga. When you go, I hope you're coming back like you come on. Since I got your number, girl, it's only been drama. I make you back it up and wine for me. You see, we only get one life, mommy. And you for day by my side, mommy. And you for day by my side, mommy. Girl, you put a spell on me. Oh, honestly. Answer me, baby. Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me? Can I get your number, baby? If you like, I can call you, maybe. Can I get your number, baby? If I face you, tell me would you face me?
So that was Sona. Can I get your number, baby? Okay. So we were talking. Sorry, this is Esther here on the Discourse. I'm here every Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. and I'm here with you until 10 this Friday the 18th of May. And if you want to call in, you can call on 0208 670 7300 or 0208 191 7078, or you can send us a WhatsApp text or voice notes on 07 887 475 940. And just before the break, we were speaking to Chris and David in regards to the Fox Life play, which is at the Old Street Courtyard Theatre tonight. What time is it tonight?
Doors open at 7:15 and then we start at about 7:30.
Oh, say that again. I didn't have the mic on. Say it again.
Sorry, doors open at 7:15, then we start at 7:30.
Perfect. And then the last showing is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they've had great reviews, 4 stars, 5 stars reviews. So yeah, big up to the Alades. And I'm now joined by Jessica Plummer, who lost her son Shawuan Plummer about 3.
Sammy-Plummer.
Shawuan Sammy-Plummer. About 3 years ago now in January.
30th January 2015.
Okay, sorry. May his so rest in peace. So just before you came in, Jessica, we were talking about the trauma, being young. They both lived in Peckham, grew up in Peckham. Your son was in North London. But they were talking to me about starting secondary school age 11, 12.
Yeah, about 12, 13.
12, and being robbed off their phone by older ones or older gang members, and that being normal for them as they're growing up, because everybody gets robbed at a certain age. And I was like, but that's alone is trauma when you're being attacked by somebody. Because you know when your home gets, I don't know if anyone's ever had their home robbed before or, you know, broken into, which I have. And the thought of it is scary. Because you keep thinking someone's going to walk in, something's happened, the invasion of your space. So not alone somebody coming up to you at that young age. And what David said is he didn't tell his parents. He didn't let anybody know that had happened to him until later on. Oh, you told your mum. He told your mum, but he was very embarrassed. So I think what I'm getting at is, from your point of view, in terms of your son's growing up, what was it like, do you think, for him?
What, as a mother, what I did, I raised my children like how I was brought up in the West Indies, because my parents were kind of strict. Not kind of strict, they were strict people. Although Shawuan, Chantel, and Andre used to say, "Mommy, you old-fashioned," but I had to take into consideration that I wasn't only raising Shawuan, Chantel, and Andre for myself. I was raising them for the whole world, because nobody asked for me to bring them into the world. So I had to be responsible for them. So which I made it my duty to look after my children and raise them in the correct way. Although I made mistakes along, but I was able to correct it with the help of others from schools.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about what happened with your son?
Shawuan started what I did when he went to primary school, and when he started in fact, from year 6, I chose the school in Enfield for him.
Okay.
Because I was worried about what was happening on the street with the knife crime and stuff, because I never thought it would have happened to me. And then I said, because of the children at the other school, I'm saying, oh no. But then a lot of us think about things such as sending our children to certain schools. But we're saying it's the school, but it's nothing to do with the school. It's more to do with the kids. But we parents, a lot of we parents, and I'm not blaming them, a lot of us are responsible for our children. We cannot expect the people in the school to
raise your children.
Right.
Yeah.
So I sent Shawuan in school, and I always used to say to him, remember, you go into school, you have to be the leader, not the follower. Although he had friends, he used to get into trouble in school, but I made it my duty to be in the school to help my son, because this is my child. From primary school, they would call, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing at home. I would leave it and make it my duty to go into the school. Sometimes I used to have this little thing. I used to get upset. I used to cry, where the dad used to say to me, come on, if you keep crying, I'm not going to allow you to go into the school. And remember, their dad and myself wasn't living together.
Okay.
So I was able to, he would go, and then when I became a parent governor, I used to go for myself, and I was able to learn and understand. But that day when Shawuan left, because Shawuan was doing his A-levels. He was at the 6th form. He was doing his A-levels, and he was working 2 jobs.
Wow.
And his words to me was, Mommy, I'm going to make you rich. He said, Mommy, you will not have to suffer anymore because I am sick. And Shawuan used to say how, Mommy, I will get people to look after you and you won't have any problem. But that Friday when he left my house. Shawuan left. He said he was going to work. and he was fixing himself in the mirror. Okay, he was very, very vain. Loved to fix, and he used to say, "Mommy, I have to be." Like the morning, the afternoon after he left school, he came home because he used to work with Waitrose. Okay, and he was in the mirror fixing and saying, "Oh," and he would come back, "Mommy, I look peng." You know their words. That's how we used to carry on. And then he left. When we got downstairs, I followed him downstairs. And when he was leaving, I was saying to him, "Remember, you have to be a leader, not a follower. Behave yourself. Remember, you're representing Mommy." And I had my friend, one of my friends, outside. She turned around and she said to me, "Jessica, leave him alone. You have good children." But even if you have good children, you still have to keep reminding them and telling them. You understand? Yeah. But he left, and that Friday I was home. Normally I like to prepare their stuff for school and for work. So I used to iron his uniform, and run about I think it was about 8, 9 o'clock. I cannot remember properly, but when the doorbell knocked, in fact, somebody ring they knock the door, then they use the knocker, they use the letter flap, and then ring the bell. And when they rang the bell, I'm in the kitchen, I was on the phone to my friend, and I turned around and said to my friend, it must be Nung, because that was his nickname. Nung is at the door. So I left the kitchen and went into the front room, and I looked through the window. I saw the flashing blue lights, and that's when I said, I said to him, "No, I hope Nung wasn't in any trouble." And I went downstairs to open the door. When I opened the door, that's when they asked if I was Shawuan. "No, am I Jessica?" And I said yes. And the man, 2 police officers, it was a lady and a man, said, "We need you to come into the hospital. Shawuan had an accident." By then, I did not know what to think. I was just worried. I don't know how to describe it. And I said, "What happened? Is he okay?" She said, the lady said she did not know. So I kept on asking, and she said to me, "Can I go upstairs and get my purse, my bus pass, and money if I have any?" And when she said that, I fell on the steps. She helped me up. I went upstairs. I still had my nightshirt on, so I quickly when I went upstairs, I fell again. And I wet myself, and then she helped me. I put on the tracksuit bottom. And I got dressed. She asked who was in the house. I said it was Shawuan's last brother, Andre. He's 18 now. And I said to Andre, the lady said that Andre need to come to the hospital with me. And I called Andre. Andre said, "Mommy, I don't like hospitals." I said, "Okay, Andre." By then we walked downstairs because the lady was up in the room with me. She came downstairs with me, and she said, "Andre, you sure you don't want to come?" Andre said no. So I said to Andre, "Call your dad and say to him that Nung had an accident, and can he meet me at the hospital?" And then I left with them on the ambulance. This was one of the longest time for me. It felt like it was years. We on the car, and then they speeding because the blue lights, and he said, they kept on asking me if I was okay. I wasn't, because I don't know what to expect. Because I don't know what is happening. And we got there, but I had my fingers crossed, and I never prayed so much and asking God to make sure my son was okay. When I got to the hospital, I was on my own, on my way. When I got there, I called a cousin of mine, and I said to her, "Something happened to Nung. I'm at the hospital." She asked, "What hospital?" I said, "I don't know. I think it's some hospital in Whitechapel." She came to meet me. We were there. I was only walking up and down. Nobody telling me what is happening. I don't know, because I kept on asking the woman, and she said she don't know. And I went into where the accident and emergency, there's the double doors. I was looking in, and they were covered with police officers. Then we waited. Not too long after, Shawuan dad came, and he asked me what's going on. I said, "I don't know. They just said Nung had an accident." And we sat there. We waited for ages. It took a good couple hours, and then a man came to me, which was Dr. Thomas Connick. He was one of the surgeon who operated on Shawuan. Okay. And then he came to me and said that, you Jessica Plummer? I said yes. And then he said, I've got some news for you. Would you like the good news first or the bad one? I said I wanted to know the good news, but he didn't have no good news. The news was that Shawuan was dead, and I couldn't believe it. I said no, I never believed him. I said no, he said yes. I said no, he said yes. He asked for me to go see him, and I was so scared I couldn't go see my son. He couldn't explain and tell me exactly what happened. And then Shawuan dad was there. He started crying too, not knowing what to say or what to do. And we stayed there. The priest came. The room was packed up with all my friends and family who came to support me. We then left and went back home and just had to carry on with whatever.
Sorry about that. That's so...
But it's just trying to live with it.
Yeah.
It's hard because it's happening every single day.
Yeah.
This is why I say we parents need to
talk to our children.
Try and get involved with them. I know they're saying you cannot be your children's friend, but the children too need to listen, and parents need to make it their duty to look for their children, search their bags, make it. I understand we have to work and we have to pay bills, but make your children your priority, because you put them on earth. So what I've done now, I've set up a foundation in memory of my son, which is the Shawuan Sammy-Plummer Foundation, and I work in Harrow with the police in schools. I talk in school, trying to educate children, trying to educate the parents about the implication of using a knife, which is causing a lot of problem. And our young children, all I'm saying is make education your priority, make it more important. And remember, you're going into schools, the teachers don't owe you. They don't have to teach you. You have to make it your duty to listen to them. Stop disrespecting the teachers, because they are there to help you. You have to listen. Education is more important than picking up a knife, because a friend will have a knife and they'll say, okay, yes, I'm using that knife to protect. It's not good. We have a lot of mothers that are suffering right now, and some of them because of that snitching thing. I've got my friends who...
What snitching thing?
The snitching where you have... There's a lady named Michelle McPhillip. She is waiting for the trial for her son, and she haven't had any trial because of that snitching thing. Whoever knows is not talking right. And what I'm saying, there it goes to, this is what I'm saying, it's to do with the parents, because you may have a child inside of your house that commit a crime, and they're hiding, or you covering for them. I know it's hard, I know you may feel ashamed, you may feel bad, but find somebody, talk to somebody, go to someone. There are people, there are different organizations out there that are willing to help us. Go to them, talk to them, tell them, because this lady should not be suffering in vain. You understand? There's how you call the other lady? There's Tracy Hansen, the person who killed her son, is on the run. All these people need help, and I am working with all these people. They are mothers who are going through the same problem like me, and we need their help. We need the children to find somebody. You may not want to confide in your mom, but I'm sure there is somebody out there you can go to. You have people like me with an organization. Try and find out where I am. I'm on Facebook. I do different things. Just get in touch with me and say to me, okay, you know, Jessica, what can you do to help me? If I cannot help you, I will send you to another person, another organization, and then we can help.
Okay. You know, very admirable of you, and thank you so much for sharing your story. I can see that it's still very much painful, and you know, so thank you for coming out here and talking to us. I really, really do appreciate that. But I just want to go back a little bit. What actually happened? Because you spoke about when you found out, but what was the circumstances?
What happened is it was two friends. They said that they invited him to a party, but one of the boys was dating the boy who stabbed my son, was dating the boy's sister.
Okay.
And then I think somebody came up, somebody was in prison, and they were the person came out of prison, and I think they had a party for the person, and the two boys invited Shawuan. So they were in McDonald's, they had a meal, and I think the boy, Jamal William, is the person who stabbed my son.
Okay.
Now the boy who took Shawuan to the party, they went to the same school. Now dating Jamal's sister, what he did was to call her and say to her that he's bringing two friends with him to the party, and that's how Shawuan got to go to this place. But I think, in fact, that's what I was told. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
That they rang the girl and told the girl that Shawuan was coming. And the girl said, no, they tell her to tell the brother. When they told her to ask the brother, she said, give them a couple minutes and then she will call back. When they noticed how long she took, they called her back. When they called her back, she said, she haven't told the brother, but they can make their way. And Shawuan, the two boys left and they went. When Shawuan got to the door, the girl came downstairs and then called the brother to come down. When the brother came down, he was talking to them and stating that he did not know Shawuan. So one of the friends said, you know him, you've seen him. Maybe you haven't spoken to him, but you know him. He said, no, he did not know Shawuan.
So he got threatened by him?
I think so. He think maybe Shawuan was going to do something or whatever. So anyway, in the end, Shawuan turned around. No, Shawuan had a bag with a can of drink and some sweets. Jamal asked for the bag, and then Shawuan said no. He asked what was in it. Shawuan said no, and in the end, I think they carried, words, foreign words, and then Shawuan said, you know what, forget about it, and I'm going. He told a friend, so Shawuan walked away. Couple doors down. By the time he got to couple doors down, Jamal had already gone upstairs. He took the knife, followed Shawuan, stabbed him, turned around and said to the friend, if anything happened to him, it's on you, and he ran off, and that's all we knew. And then it took them roughly about 10 days before they caught Jamal. So I left because I lost my dad this September to cancer. So I had to travel to the States to bury my dad. When I came back the Wednesday in October, that's when I got to know. In fact, the police called to tell me that Jamal was arrested. And then we had the trial. The 11th of April 2016, he put in an appeal straight after. So we had the appeal the 1st of December 2016. And then February of 2017, I got a call stating that Jamal was on a license when he killed my son. And this is another case where we have to deal with now. And the probation came to see us.
So on the license mean he was on a probation, he was on a tag or something? Okay.
I don't think it was a tag, it's something else, but it's more.
Okay.
So instead of we trying to move forward, this thing is still hanging over us. But the thing that hurt the most is that he committed the crime, put in the appeal, and the way he was laughing. And what I'm saying is, from a young age, a child at the age of 13 is using a knife and doing different stuff. As a mother, you make it your duty to be there for the child,
to correct that child.
Exactly. He did something once. He did it a second time. Come on, we have people out there that are trying to help. We should be able. Don't feel ashamed.
No.
I know it's difficult. It's easy for me to say, but when my children used to misbehave, I used to make it my duty to go into school. You understand? A teacher looked at me and said, you know what, you need parenting classes. Okay, yes, I was upset about it, but you know what I did?
Take it on.
Exactly. And I went as a little child, and somebody teaching me, it's a woman who never had a child, who was telling me what to do and how to do stuff with my children. So I took that on board, and I raised Shawuan, and today I am very, very grateful and very proud of my 3 children. If Shawuan was there, he would be graduating this September. Chantel graduated in 2016, September 2016. She graduated with honors in science, and I'm proud of my Chantel. Chantel is now working with Santander Bank. Andre, with the help of Tracy Hansen, who lost her son, and Krista Brown, Andre is now doing an apprenticeship. And I've got one little foster girl. I'm praying to her, and I'm asking God to help her today because she's doing her GCSE. And I'm praying that God can give her the strength and just point her in the right direction, and she could follow in their footsteps. But my children have done me proud, and I'm here today to say say I'm still proud of them, but they still, no matter what, they're still small. To me, they may think say they're big, but they're not big, and I can knock them down a peg or two.
Thank you. That was so inspirational. And you raised a point there, because that's where we started off from, that these things affect children from when they start in secondary school. When a mother notices a difference, she should be able to intervene. And not only that, as a child, you should be able to feel that you can talk to somebody, because with all that holding in, with you being robbed, with things happen to you, children being bullied, it affects their mental psyche, and it'll become something else. So there's always something at the back of it that triggers. So every action triggers a reaction, right? Or every action triggers whatever the saying is. So something must have happened for that to be happening,
because he didn't do anything wrong, and all we find out is Jamal just hated him, but hated him for what reason?
Exactly. So there must be anger in that child. There's something not quite right.
But some of our kids today, their attitude, their behavior is horrible.
But where does it come from?
I don't know, because because they're following others outside. And you have older people, maybe in my age group. How do they say it? What they do, they give these children stuff, and the children love the name brand. Obviously, if you offer them a £50 and you say to them, because what they do, they approach the children from primary school, and what they will do.
So you're talking about the drug stuff, because I mentioned that to David and Chris in terms, because I heard that earlier.
The money the children like, that's all. Because they want stuff. Not exactly, but a mother should take note of that, because you notice your child is coming in, and before they never had this, and now you notice they have certain clothes. You should make it your duty to dig and to find out what is exactly. And one thing with a lot of us against is the stop and search. I've been to the schools and I see the behavior of our children, and I think it is wrong, because if a police stop you on the street, you should not give them no attitude. If you know that you're not carrying anything, you don't have a problem, you should just stand up, listen to them. You have your phone, you record what they're doing, just listen, do what they say, and then you'll be gone by a couple of minutes, not even a couple of seconds, should I say. Why give the police attitude? Obviously they're going to react to your behavior. So these children should be able to listen, just stand, listen to what they say. They ask you to do whatever, just do it, and then you go on your way. But a lot of them don't want to do that, because they think they're all big.
Let me bring, because you have to go, don't you? So let's finish up with your section, Chris and David. So from our conversation today, and based on what you've just heard a mother say, what would you like to say? What input would you like to bring to finalize your section?
I agree, to be honest, with what you were saying about the murderer Jamal, and that when 13 years old things started happening, people should have tapped in, because you don't wake up a murderer, you know what I mean? So it's a seed that's sown. So there was a point in that guy's life where things started changing for him, whether it's the home he was brought up in, whether it's the fear setting in or the anger that's made him turn out the way he ended up being, which was someone who took someone else's life. So it's funny that you say that the parents should dig in more, because I'm not a parent, and I just think to myself, when I was young, if my mum was way more intrusive, I would have got caught out on so much more stuff, much more than I would have done. So I guess that is an avenue that could work.
So you agree with Jessica?
Parents actually being super intrusive. But it could also take
save a life.
It could save a life, but then I just think it could work to an extent. Honestly, if my mum was more intrusive, there's things she would have found in my room that would have saved.
She would have sent you back to Nigeria.
It would have saved me a lot. It would have saved me a lot of trouble.
She would have put you back on that plane.
You see, where I never had that problem, because what I used to do, I used to search their room, because I was the one making the beds. I would go outside, and when they come in, they wouldn't expect that. I would be searching their bags. So I never really had the problem like I hear a lot of the people saying, because of the way I raised my children. On a Sunday, we would sit down and we would just talk, and they would tell me things. They were more protective over me. You understand? And I would reward them for the good that they do. When they perform good in school, their school results come after every term. I would buy them a present and put it downstairs. So when they go to bed, that thing is there. When they wake up the Saturday morning, is sitting there. So I didn't really have any problem. At a small age, don't get me wrong, my sisters used to spoil them because they live in the States. They used to buy them all the latest trainers. But when they got to the age of 7, I had to cut this because I did not want them growing up thinking that they must have everything. And don't say it's easy for me. But Shawuan was working, so he was able to buy his stuff. He was stingy though. Although he died and he left all his wages was in the bank.
Wow.
And he was going to the gym. He was paying for his thing because he said he wanted to look, how do you call it? Buff? Bench. Exactly. Because I don't know their word, but we just have to listen. If you listen to your parents, and parents, yes, we cannot be our children's friends, but we need to be able to educate them better, pay more attention to them and what they do.
Okay, let's ask Chris, what do you want to say to end your section?
Yeah, thank you for that, Jessica. No,
you're welcome.
It was emotional to hear.
Yeah.
Also very intriguing to hear it as well. And yeah, obviously sorry for your loss. Yeah, it's hard to hear because we would both be the same age as Shawuan, which is just where you think about that, it just shows that it can happen to anyone as well. But I think the question is, how do we prevent this from happening?
Yeah, we need to come together as one, as a community, all the different organizations. Like I use this as an example. We make a bowl of soup, which you would know, a pan of soup, and we need all the ingredients for that soup to make that soup very tasty. So it's the same, like we coming together and trying to get solution to what is happening to us. We may not be able to stop knife crime on the whole, but we may be able to save a few more lives.
It's true.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys have been... Did you want to add anything more?
No.
Okay. You guys have been so good. Thank you for being open and sharing your experiences. And I hope I'm going to miss the play because I'm not going to have... I probably won't have time to come tomorrow to watch it either. I'll see what I can do.
Like a lot of the themes that we've been talking about.
I know. Has it been filmed at all?
Not for like releasing. It's for like moving forward. So it's not really filmed for releasing. No.
So can we get clips? Is there a way we can?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think if you missed it, you missed it.
So with this film, what do you guys
They have a play on called Fox Hunting.
And how much is that to go?
£15 and then £12 for students.
£12 for students. So all of this is what I'm saying. They're doing positive things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like Shawuan's friends, we're planning a football tournament. They have a football tournament every year for Shawuan, which is coming up the ending of June to the beginning of July.
Nice.
We have, and it would be nice to get a lot of children. Yeah, because
I mean, see, they're doing a football tournament, we're doing a play. And what we were doing, what we were saying when we were doing this is that people are. Obviously, the negative needs to get focused on.
Yeah.
But if the 5 of us wasn't doing a play, but we went out to stab people,
they would be more highlighted.
Super coverage.
Yeah.
We're doing a play and like no one cares.
And I can share that on. I can share that on the foundation for you guys, and then maybe from the foundation I could tiff a little, taking getting some money from there and inviting like the schools I go to because of the way they perform in school. We can give them a little reward by telling them, okay, you perform good in your exam, this is a ticket, you can come and visit you guys. We need to find ways to engage with the children a bit more. Like I go into the school, I'm not going to leave them. I go like I did last week Wednesday. I go into the school, but I will be back. I was supposed to be doing a school today, but because I had to come do the talk with the lady, I came, and then what I did, I asked the police to reschedule it for me. But I don't just go into the school the once and just leave them. I go into the school and I carry on.
Fantastic. I
stay with them because I need to help them.
Yeah.
And it's really nice, especially listening when you're talking in the school, to hear the teachers. The teachers are crying, the children are crying. It is so... it is, for me, it's rewarding. It's helping me move forward.
Yeah.
You understand?
So it helps you heal because you're doing it
right, and it's helping the children also.
Okay.
But thank you.
They have to go, so we let them go. We're going to quick break. But thank you guys. If anybody wants to see the play, it's Fox Hunting at the Old Street Courtyard Theatre.
7:15 the doors open. 7:30 we start.
Fantastic. We'll post it up as well and get some more people to come. So have a great day. We're just going to quick break.
We are online, DAB, and the ABN Radio app. No one plays it better on the radio than us. ABN Radio, home of Afrobeats.
It was a well-paying job, respectable, wearing a suit and tie every day. But